Tua. Boy, man, we been getting money for a long time. We was out here hungry for a long time. I don't never really have no punchlines. And all you rappers looking like a lunch line. Right now, nothing. Need a Uber right now. Right now, need crew love right now. Cause we two up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. Hop out, valet, walk out, all these bands I lost count, cause I'm too up right now, too up right now, yeah, I'm too up, round blew up, copped that new rape on them haters, threw up, brother went to jail for them, told me you up, first time I seen 100 bands, yeah I grew up, ooh, on the couches with my shoe up, and we was getting that record label money before they knew.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That one whistled against the big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty. But it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
3 down. Set. Get a waiting. Stay 50. Let's go now. Let's go.
They go play action here on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
Hey. We got three. 11. Set. 280. 10. Back 53. Ready.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
Here we go. We got double up. Rhino! Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
carry for Latavius Murray. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Watch out. Let's go.
Check your hot read. Check 31.
Where's the hot? Where's that?
They go play action. Cousins toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Where's the hot? 300.
Check.
Where's that?
Play action now. Cousins. The 20. Got a man. It's right. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15.
And there's 50. Where's the hot?
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
We got three, fellas. We got 3.
Following the penalty, it's Murray. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain there on 1st and 5, and it leaves him with a more standard 2nd down.
Bring the energy. Let's go. We're going. Let's go. Where's the hot? Where's that?
Now a first carry for their fullback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 4 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Here we go.
Sponge.
Let's go. Where's the hot?
They'll run here. It's Murray. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. And that's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
4 down, tag 53.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here we go.
Following the interception, Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here we go. Liz 50, Liz 50.
On first down, Murray. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Cousins now on second down. That's complete right around the 8. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now first and goal.
All right, now here we go. Hot. 180. Where's the hot? Where's that?
Here's Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Set. 280. 50.
For ball. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. They'll come up on a 3rd and 4 here to start things out.
Jumble, set. Hey, tag 32, tag 32. Set, 180. Block it.
The shotgun snap for Stafford. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Tyler Irvin back deep. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken around the 12. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here.
Rhino! Say hi! 180! Rhino!
Now a second down throw for Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. First down. Here's Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Four down. 4 down. Alert.
Black.
42's the mic, boys. 42's the mic.
Black.
Second down, Cousins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The coverage that time excellent by Nevin Lawson. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Third and long for Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Hey, right there.
Stafford on first down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Stay 50, stay 50.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. It'll be a gain of 11, and it'll be a second down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Here's Stafford now on second down. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
Let's go, let's go. Spurs.
Now a play fake here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Carlson on for the PAT. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Spins by. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Double right. Set. 250. 10, 10. 4 down, 4 down.
Check tight. Check tight.
To the air here after the INT on the last drive. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Zebra. Set. 180.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And you don't see that every day. Actually lost 14 yards there on the return. But I guess the important thing, they have possession of the football. On 1st and 10, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Cousins now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
4 down.
On first down, Irvin. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go.
Double tight. 4 down. 4 down.
Listen to me.
Safety creek.
On play action, Cousins. Dumps it off for Irvin. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So 1:55 to go in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. A first down throw for Cousins. And this throw will be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Tight is Ringo. Tight is on the Ringo.
Hey, tag 58 right. Set. 180.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got it up to the 15, showing off some fancy footwork there on the play. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. Now Stafford. And my goodness, another interception. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
We got trips over here.
Flag. Let's go. Done.
Off the play fake, Cousins. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Devon Kennard in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Play fake, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
After the interception, here's Stafford. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 32. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Black.
Cousins now to throw on first down. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Quandre Diggs there defensively. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, boys, we got 4.
Wait, hot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. Carlson able to put this one through. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Left 50.
They'll run it down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
180.
Cousins on first down. Very quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hey, 4 down.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Catch here, left side, Thomas. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Hey, here we go.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Cousins again. Drops it underneath to Thomas. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it's a second down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll throw again. Cousins. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Ziggy Ansah in there to get him for a loss of 5. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
86 to man. 86 to man. Watching. Wide.
Got you, boy.
Wait, hot.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Looking for the end zone. And this is caught for a touchdown. We'll check the flag, but it looked like a clear offsides, and it should stand. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
We'll see what they have up their sleeve. The drive starts with a handoff to Blount. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Man left. Four down.
You're set. 84.
Crunch. Check 50.
On second down, here's Stafford. Wilson snags it left side. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
22.
Hey, let's get some penetration here.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And Tate's got it. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
All right, here we go. 4 down.
Here's Blount. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
Hurry.
57's Mike.
To throw on second down is Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down.
Here we go. Tag 53.
He'll run it here with Blow. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Strong right. Strong right.
Set. 180.
4 down.
Here's Ridley. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Tag 53. Tag 53.
From the gun, here's Stafford. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Here's Sam Martin now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now.
Outside's coming.
Here we go.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Yeah, baby. Boom.
The hug. Gun.
On 2nd down, Cousins again. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen.
Hey, we talked about Adam Thielen a little bit last year, didn't we? Possession receiver, makes some tough catches, gets it done, and he's a homeboy. Grew up very close to the Twin Cities.
And showing those possession receiver skills right there to pick up the first. Cousins now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
Tight end right.
Gun.
Hey, boys, we got 4.
Pacer.
Kill.
The hug.
Throwing, Cousins. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
We got 3 down.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
Back.
Wait, the hot.
Switch.
300.
On the handoff, this is... And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Black.
Single. Key 8, key 8.
Say hard. What is it?
Now a second down throw for Cousins. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Vikings on third down.
Let's go.
They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down.
Here's Cousins. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Well, one of the few things that's gone right for them, likely a little too late, but maybe a little feather in their cap.
I think so, and to me, they played that play without looking at the scoreboard, without worrying about where they were in the score, because things haven't gone right, as you noted, for them much of this game, but they gave great effort there and picked up a defense that's had its share of troubles in this one.
So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal.
Check 82. Watch 82.
Hey, tag 50 left. You're set. Ready?
On 1st and 10, Stafford out to the flat for Riddick. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Let's go.
Hey, 22.
Watch 82. Watch
Double right.
He likes to sneak out late. Watch 82.
Set. Blue 60. Hey, 58 is down. 58 is down.
On 1st down, Stafford here. He finds Riddick complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
You ready? Blue 80.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
You ready? Blue 80. Hey, give me radar.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
4 down. 4 down.
You're set. Blue 80.
55's
32.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. It's caught. Jones. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Stafford now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, guys, check me out. We got 3 down, but we got to stand up over there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this.
Watch tight end. Tight right. Alert.
We go set. Blue 80. 21.
Hey, check Mike 57.
Looking to throw on second down. Stafford over the middle, complete to Tate. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'd be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Zebra.
4 down. Check.
Set. Blue 80.
Mike's 57.
11.
It's me alone.
To throw on 2nd down. Stafford. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
No. Off.
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. Keeps himself upright. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Stephen Weatherly able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down. Now it's Matt Prater on for the Lion field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Minnesota, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Lions, Things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.
Pulling up in that new toy, the wrist on that boy, rock star like Pink Floyd, waving that rude boy.